gonna save this used Scotch-Brite from prepping this stuff for those raw plastic pieces tomorrow. I got my lips here and I'm gonna show you guys how to prep these for paint for raw plastic, because raw plastic can be kind of tricky and a little bit of a gray area. You don't wanna just go and spray these with paint. There's some preparation that you need to take. When plastic parts are made, they spray a mold release agent on the plastic so that when the part dries, it can be released from the mold. So you need to have some type of chemical remove that agent before you can apply any type of paint, otherwise it'll delaminate.
So use Scuff and Clean.
You got everything set up in here. Spoiler, rear lip, front lip, mirrors, side skirts, crash bars. I decided to wait on the door trim pieces, but these pieces are kind of like, everything that's visible is plastic. So plastic to metal 9 times out of 10 when it comes to any color but solid colors. Anything with metallics or pearls tend to have a different variant of color shade than the metal parts. So I'm gonna do exactly the right thing when it goes to painting the car. I'm gonna mix my Intercoat clear with the same exact amount of pearl weighed out and same exact distance, same exact amount of layers. It should come out exactly the same as if I painted it completely with the car. But you see how much crap is in here already, right? The bumpers are the only thing that I'm gonna have, bumpers and those door trim pieces. Everything else is gonna be painted right on the car. So I don't wanna spray all this stuff out on the shop floor while I'm painting the car and have to walk through in and out of the paint booth, potentially bring in silicone-based products and have other issues. So this is the way I want to do it. Here's another good tip for you guys that are just starting out. See, like the mirrors, the side skirts, and these pieces, those all can be wiped down with wax and grease. But these raw plastic pieces, I mean, you probably could, but you shouldn't. And this spoiler that's pre-primed, you don't want to take wax and grease to that. It'll wipe it right off. This is what you need. Pre-primed plastic or raw plastic. You should be cleaning it with this, not wax and grease. I decided not to do the grill today just because I was running out of time. You can use that final clean on the other stuff too. It's just that stuff's a lot more expensive than just wax and grease remover. So just going over it with a tack cloth and plastic adhesion promoter. Man, those Nikes are the closest thing to grass stained New Balances I've ever seen. All right, now it's time for sealer. I'm using Axalta 42410S. It's probably not something you guys want to use. It's very pricey. I think that sealer with the kit is like $1,200. But you can use whatever sealer. I mean, just read your instructions. It's not $1,200 to do one car. It's $1,200 to do like probably 10 cars. So.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
The aftermath of my stand falling on this. so good. I'm not even gonna try to lie to you guys. That spoiler has been kicking my butt. I have a new little spot of base coat reapplied on there because I missed it when I was spraying it. So now I gotta reapply all the pearl again, but I gotta wait for that to dry, and then I'm gonna get this going. I don't know what is going on with me today, but you know, I'm knocking over the camera, I'm missing spots. I don't want to toot my own horn, but you know, I'm pretty good, I think, at painting, but I've just been making a lot of stupid mistakes. Things that, you know, I'm making a lot of mistakes that I normally don't make, so it's pretty frustrating. This has been going on for hours, you know. I took a break from it for about 4 hours, but sometimes that's the way it is with painting, especially like odds and ends pieces are typically the hardest. Painting whole cars are not the problem. Maneuvering around all this stuff, I mean, look at it. I don't know, like finally, I'm beat. Came out pretty good. Spoiler's got a couple little nibs in it, but not a big deal. Side skirts, not worried about the bottom of them. I'm gonna scratch them anyways. It's not a big deal to me. The faces look good. That was my biggest thing. I wanted the faces to look nice. Rear lip. Front lips fixed. I love how the mirrors came out. Because mirrors can be a pain in the butt. You know, they're just dangling there and spin around a little bit, you know, when you're spraying them, so it makes it a little more difficult. I really gotta fix that. That's driving me nuts. That and this. I cut the top of that because when I put a heater in here, and both of them melted, that and this wall. This one was really bad, so before I started making content, I was like, you know what? Like, that looks pretty awful. I should probably fix that. Not on top of my priority right now. The priority is the Civic. So, you see how nice carpet works for paint? Yeah. I mean, you see how dusty it got in here from there. I also put in them filters right there. I built that little box. And it choked it out so bad that I just ended up taking them out before I cleared because I knew I was going to get fogged out if I didn't. But I need to get a second fan in here because that is just not keeping up. Or even a third, you know. Because it shouldn't get this dusty. But even so, all this stuff came out really clean for considering how dirty the carpet is. I'm going to go to bed. We'll come check on this stuff in the morning, and then we'll get this stuff stored away because we don't want it out in the shop getting scratched, obviously.